Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 7 of the second season of RSF1, and we are with the F2 division. My name is Primus Gaming, and actually, we got a different guest today with me instead of Element Snow, who's not able to attend today. I'm actually joined with an old friend of mine from my old podcast days, Top Notch. How you doing, mate?
Hi, buddy. Hi, all.
It's been a good while. I actually missed the old days. You know, it was you, me, Pepper. Actually, no, shout out to Pepper, me, and Tomo. You know, the old days of being in the podcast for the first season. I remember the Scottish podcast. If you guys want to check them out, by the way, go into our YouTube channel, and we should have playlists of the first season of all divisions and the podcast. If you missed out on them live, don't worry, you can catch them later. We're now in Canada. So how do you feel today's going to go, Top Notch?
Well, I've got a sneaky feeling that we're going to get some interesting weather tonight around Canada, because every experience I've ever had with this track has threw some water down at me, so I hope for some of that today.
Yeah, have you got the chat up on your phone as well?
I can get that up, mate.
Just to keep an eye out for a cheeky weather report. If anyone could please provide a weather report, that would be... Oh. 2 people have retired, but the thing is we've got 17 cars, so 2 people will not go through.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they have got qualifying bans, which is making sense to me.
That is true, yeah. If anyone's got the qualifying bans, that could be that. And right now, let's have a little look, because I saw Renault go out onto the track. Yep, that's Shane with a Williams up in front. That's RSF1 Dean. So Dean is the first car to actually go out onto the track. So we'll do the onboard of Dean after he finishes his warm-up lap. The first car basically crosses the line, we'll do it. So if Dean lets Shane go by, looks like Shane's actually quite close to him. But anyways, yeah, the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve is a very interesting track. It's in its fair share of battles and groundhogs and seagulls, actually, because I remember Vettel actually took out a seagull going into, I think it was this chicane, actually. That was turn 1, where he wiped out that seagull that was parked itself on the apex. And, a little bit of lag.
I think you're right.
Is everything still good on your end?
Yeah, it looks fine to me, mate.
So basically, this track has had its fair share of moments. Jensen Button, 6 pit stops in his race. I think that might be RF1 Dean. That might be a little bit laggy. Oh, Dean's hit the wall of champions, and he hasn't even started his lap. Dean is a little bit laggy. I thought that was the stream. I thought that was my connection, but it's not. It's just Dean. Dean look like he's invalidated the lap as well, so we're gonna have to go on board with Shane. So Shane is going through the first few corners. Here was the infamous moment last year in 2019 when Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel had that moment where Vettel lost control, went over the grass, and almost squeezed Hamilton into the wall. And then at the end, Sebastian Vettel lost his race win due to a penalty given to him by the FIA for dangerously re-entering the track. And Lewis Hamilton was then awarded the win, but didn't sit well with Sebastian. And so Shane is looking very good so far. Obviously, he's going to be the first car to set a proper lap because Dean invalidated his time. But there's no pressure on Shane because he can set a decent lap and not worry about being knocked out, because Marco, Josh and Tabitzi are not taking part in Q1. So Shane needs to do a lap. It doesn't need to be amazing. He just needs to set a valid lap time. Yeah, over the final chicane, through the Wall of Champions. He's looking very, very good. A 1:09.3. So that is the baseline for today in Q1. So now we'll see where these race times will go from. So let's have a little look. Agreeable Racers taking the time to do a little bit of practice. He's gone on to the hard compound tyre. Get a little bit of a feel for the track. Can't blame anyone for track acclimatization, and also with the hard compound tyres, obviously they've got the extra life, and he can practice with the most lowest grip tyre. It's been a while. it's been a while since you and I have actually commentated on session today. What do you think the weather predictions are going to be?
Well, I've been doing quite a bit of practice for this track, and it always seemed to rain in Q2, so I'm expecting it, to be honest. Don't know if we've got any engineers in the chat and tell us a weather report. Hello to Brave the Container and Rebster.
Yeah, we got Brave actually, who's filling in as a reserve for today. I was actually going to ask you, Top Notch, do you have any fun factoids for the crowd? Do you know of any special moments that happened in this track?
The most memorable one for me was Bottom. Definitely was already said it, 6 pit stops. I stick out in my memory as one of the great races to watch. Watching him pick
It's
the
actually
tyres at the right time.
The most pit stops ever achieved by a winning driver.
Yeah, I think he deserved that. He was the master at picking the right tyre after the intermediates when he wanted to go on the softs, and he made it work that race for sure.
So we're getting some good times now starting to come in now. So Shane still holds the lead with a 193, Peppermeat a 195, Jay Slee 196, VR46 a 197, Brave the Container a 110.3 just set now, Agreeable Racer a 111.4, WI Stretch a 111.7, and RSF1 Dean on a 113 dead. But the thing is Dean's lap time was set on the soft compound tyre and he's 2 seconds slower than a hard compound runner. But then again, he just needed to set the lap. He didn't need to do amazing. He just needs a lap to secure his position into Q2. Tomek Bresner, actually, we didn't do a session together when Bresner first made his way onto the scene, didn't we?
I think we might have, yeah.
Because he was an F3 driver back in the day, and I remember Dean retired, but it's not showing a pit icon next to him. Did Dean? No, Dean did retire in the pit, by the looks of it. Yeah, he didn't pit. Good. Yeah, anyway, so Bresner had to deal with really tough rivals like Moronics and Easton, because originally the championship battle for F3 was between Moronics, also known as RSF1 Hamilton back in the day. It was Hamilton, it was Easton, and then Bresner made his way onto the scene, and he made an instant impression. It was me and Tomo, I think, and literally just he came on and he stunned both of us with such amazing driving. And Bresner is now going to begin his flying lap, so I'll let you actually do an onboard of him.
Yeah, going through that first corner nicely, tucked in. The apex, the second corner nicely. And up to this corner here, it's a really tricky one, got to get the curves nicely and miss the wall on it. So, this is a really tricky one, hope this car can get out of the way up there, yeah. Nicely over the apex there. Coming through. That DRS a little bit late on opening DRS there. Ride this curve, and miss it before we get anywhere near that wall, so very nicely through there. Coming up to the hairpin, a very tricky corner, get that apex really late. See if we can put the DRS on the line this time. It does. Probably the most tricky corner on the track coming up, for me anyway. Apex. Both apexes and miss that wall as close as you dare and run to the line.
Oh, what a lap!
Nice.
A 191. That was a stunning lap. Anyway, hats off to you, Top Notch. That was a pretty good onboard. That was pretty good. Obviously, you've got a lot more track knowledge because you've done a lot of practice around here, much more than I have. Because I have to admit, Canada is not one of the best tracks for me. I like it, but it's one of the ones that I do have a little bit of trouble with. Schumacher actually invalidated his lap time, so his teammate couldn't really make too much of an impact. So let's have a little look at the man of many nicknames. Oh, he's invalidated his as well. What about Brundle?
I think a lot of these
are
now realising that they don't have to set their lap times. I think a lot of them are now realise that.
But Brundle just got a toe off of rapid sprays, and P2 for the Ferrari. So the Scuderia
very
Ferrari.
tight.
Oh, and rapid sprays. He accidentally goes over the first corner a little bit too much and invalidates his lap time immediately. That hard work they just put in to give Grundle the toe and to do the switchback after the lap was set, it did not pay off for the Scuderia.
Yeah, just got to get any time in, really.
Actually, a good question about real life F1 before we go on to that. The top 5, top 10, sorry, we'll go over the classifications so far. Of Tomic Bresno in first, Brundle second, Shane third, Peppermeat fourth, Jace Lee fifth, VR46, also a new driver by the way, in P6 in the Renault, Braver Container seventh in Haas, Agreeable Racer eighth, WR Stretch ninth. He was actually doing really good last week from what I remember back in Monaco, so very good result he was showing. And Dean rounds up the top 10. The Williams of 2020 is much more faster than its its counterpart, its 2019 variant. It was about 9/10 to a full second faster than the old Williams. So, do you feel Williams might have finally gotten some of their act together?
That'd be good to see. It'd be nice to see, for sure. It's hard to see Williams on the back all the time. They're such a historic team, Frank Williams and everyone. They definitely deserve to be up there in the midfield, pushing the podium. So it's good signs at the moment, but I think a lot of the faster teams, like Ferrari and the Racing Point, they're looking really fast. So, but that is impressive what they've gained already.
Yeah, you can't forget the big names in F1 that they had with them. They had people like Juan Pablo Montoya, Ayrton Senna, I think they had Nigel Mansell, and they definitely had Alan Prost as well, because back when Senna was racing in McLaren, I think Alan Prost went to Williams.
I believe he did.
Did he not?
Yeah, I believe he did.
But yeah, rapid sprays finally makes up for the accidental invalidation over the first corner, puts himself up into P4 with 193, so definite good improvement, and that's actually just 8 thousandths of a second off of Shane's time in P3, but he definitely, him and VR46 split off Shane from Peppermint.
Very close between the top 7 or 8 drivers there, as Schumacher comes up as a second in the second sector.
Oh, he's purpled it as well. He's gone faster in the second sector, so Schumacher is on a good lap at the moment.
And you can already see the difference between the cloud cover from the start of the session to now. Very cloud.
So we could be seeing some rain.
All he's got left is this last chicane. Navigates lovely.
Nice. Very nice and clean. And Schumacher P5. Actually, Schumacher, not this one in particular, but Schumacher himself was actually one of those claimed by the infamous Wall of Champions.
He sure was. He's got a lot of them over the years.
Yeah, man with a cash. He's the next car to begin his lap. He just needs to set one to get above all those other cars, because if he doesn't do a valid lap by the end of Q1, even though he is still in the session, he will be out. So the man with the cash needs to pull up his socks and put in a flying lap, because I think he invalidated him a couple of his laps, so he's definitely suffered a little bit. But cannot doubt the man of many nicknames, Josh of Dosh. The man with the cash, formerly known as Josh of Dosh. Revan Kevin, Racing Jason. Still remember when bothers
Dude
that.
with the dough.
Yeah, dude with the dough. That's number 5. So now you're partially to blame for the many nicknames as well, Top Notch. Dude with the dough, man with cash. I think you've been hanging out with Bodder a little bit too much. It's too many nicknames. It's like it gets infectious. Next thing you know, you'll be grabbing a exclusive import beer and just cracking it open while we're on the stream. Oh, man with the cash! P1! That's a lap and a half. Look at that. God.
Look how close it is,
nickname seems to... Yeah, he was... 94 thousandths of a second faster than Tomek Bresner. It doesn't matter if the man with the cash has invalidated his lap now. He has gone faster, and he just needed that to secure himself into Q2. But now, here's where it gets interesting. We know there's definitely rain coming in the qualifying, because those clouds don't bode well. Even if it's going to be overcast, that does not seem very pleasant for the drivers. And also, we have no current information on the race. It could be a wet race for all we know.
Vriva Game in the chat says dry race. I'll take your word for it, mate.
So dry race by Reefer. So we'll take his word for it at the moment until we can get more information. If not, that is the information that's been currently supplied. So dry race by the sounds of it, by the information delivered. So next in Q2, it's just a matter of what strategy do they go for, because if it's a wet Q2, everyone's got free choice, because it's normally your Q2 tyre. What you set your fastest lap on if you get into the top 10 is the tyre you start on. But if it's a wet session and a dry race, everyone's got freedom of choice for their starting tyre. That's going to be interesting, because people could go on the hards, stretch it out, maybe go for a one-stop strategy or two-stop, depending on how these tyres bode. But do you want to go over the classification for the top three?
Yeah, you can. Man with the cash in first with a lovely lap there for the racing point. Tom Bresner and Alfa Romeo in second. And RSF1 Brundle with a nice lap there to put him in third position for the Ferrari. And I've just got a correction here by Vriva Gaming saying he was actually asking whether it was a dry race. So
we haven't been given information yet, Reefer. To go with the two drivers knocked out of the session is DRM Marco and Tabitzi. They have been knocked out in Q1, but they retired at the beginning of the session. And by what me and Top Notch can gather, that is possibly a qualifying ban that they might be serving. So we will carry on. So Q2, it's looking partially cloudy, bit of patches of blue sky. So it's looking interesting.
We actually had 3 drivers retire straight away, so I'm wondering if one of these drivers is going to retire again.
It was Josh S04 that retired in Q1. If Josh is serving a qualifying ban... Yep, there you go. I was going to say, if Josh was serving a qualifying ban, he'd have to retire from Q2 as well, even though he made it in. He'd have to serve it. But he did, so very good work there. RRF1 Dean, again, the first one to make his way out onto the track.
Yeah, good tactic. Get a nice lap in early, and we've got Brady Container, who's actually a racer, and he's a dry race, so with a
okay, so
face next
there's
to
the
that,
information.
So I suppose he wanted a wet one.
But Dean is definitely very quick when it comes to going out immediately onto the track, because and looks like the cameraman is slacking again. Someone's distracted him with a pint of beer. There you go. You know when like you're spectating and then the camera pans and just looks at a wall.
Yeah,
that's the cameraman, you know, admiring the architecture, or he's just been handed a pint. He's like, oh yeah, cheers. He's like, oh, and then just instantly corrects himself. But the pressure of the racing has now been alleviated, because obviously, as we know, last week was the dreaded Monaco Grand Prix. Everyone was not looking forward to it. They were just looking to get that out the way. And now they're finally in a track that's got a little bit... Oh, did he catch that wall again? No damage. He's okay with it. Everyone was dreading the Monaco Grand Prix. They just said, I want to get out of the way. I don't want it around anymore. I just want it to be done. Oh, and he caught the grass. Dean. That has costed him some serious time in his lap. And he's actually choosing to go onto the soft compound tyre as his starting tyre, because we've got information that it's dry. So being on those softs, that's a risk. He'll have to be aggressive in his first stint.
Got a very picking the tyres at the moment. Got hard tyre, a few mediums out there as well. Oh,
he hit the wall! Oh, and he's sustained right end plate damage. That is costly for the Williams. Oh, just when he had a bit of a problem with the soft tyres in Q1. In Q2, he's taking a massive gamble going onto the soft, and then he clips the wall as well. That's harmful for him. Oh, yeah, he's going in. So who's next? I think that's a Haas behind him. No, that's not him. Who's on the track? Oh, it's Pink. That's Pink. That's Pepper.
Is it WR stretch? They're going to cross the line.
No, it's Man with the Cash. It's Man with the Cash was the next car to cross the line. Sorry, it's just because all the colours. So the Man with the Cash is on his lap again. He's actually the pole sitter in Q1. So he was very, very quick there. Could this be the Man with the Cash's day where he could claim a race win? I think he got podiums back in the day in Season 1, but I don't think he actually claimed a race win. RSF1 signed a 1:11.4. That's a start, but we know the Man with the Cash has done a faster time, especially with his Q1 time.
I'm just watching Peppermint here. We've got one more corner to take. He's invalidated on the last corner.
Oh, I didn't realise, because I thought Man with the Cash was up in front.
Yeah, I've just realised as well.
So the Man with the Cash crosses the line on the soft compound tyre of a 1.96. He will be the fastest soft compound tyre runner for the start, well, for Q2 basically. WR Stretch though gets a really good lap in of a 1:10.1. Where did he find that pace? That's really good time, especially for the medium compound tyre.
The R46 is next, I believe. Very nice. Oh, so close to that wall. Clips the grass a little bit. He's still going.
P2!
Nice.
Even with that mistake on the grass, he only just lost a little bit of time. I feel if he didn't catch that, it might have been close to the Man with the Cashes.
That might have been. He's still in a sub-0 1:10, so it's a very good, nice lap on the mediums.
Brundle's going kind of slow into the first couple of corners. I think he might have accidentally made a mistake. So Brundle is having some sort of issue. I mean, I wish they added a thing where, like, you know, gearbox damage or MGUK or MGH damage. You know, that sort of simulation where the damage from a car sustained from a race will stick. So, you know, you have to take penalties for new parts, new gearboxes or power units. That would be pretty interesting. Because obviously that means you'd have to be careful not to use full power. Because Max Verstappen in his races, you hear him ask Christian or, you know, his engineer, can I have full power? And they like, yes, you can have full power, or no, because they want to sustain the car.
Yeah.
So let's have a look. Dean is beginning his flight. He's invalidated his out lap, but luckily he has not invalidated the next lap, so he can do his hot lap. We have a little bit of a problem in the last corner, and he's invalidated his lap. So easy to accident. Oh, and he hits the wall. Dean is having a bad day. I think that pumpkin might be slightly blocking his vision.
There goes Rapids on a 1.9.
Oh, that's a good time. That's actually really quick. I think that's actually
really quick.
Faster than what the Man with the Cash set on soft tyres in Q1.
Yeah, that's a really quick time there.
That's a really good time there by Rapids. It's really, really good. Bresner follows up with a 1.96 dead. Really good time. Brundle, the other Ferrari, has not made his way out onto the pits. Jasley, P2. He secured P3 last week in Monaco, so he made up a nice podium. But can he get himself another one, or even the race win? Agreeable, his teammate. Oh, we got a problem up down below. That is
That's
a
just Dean going in the pit.
Oh, it is Dean, yeah. Braver Container is now actually about to begin his... Oh, it's close to the wall! Braver Container is now beginning his flying lap as of now. So it's looking very, very neat into the first few corners for Braver Container. At least Haas in F2 are doing much better than Haas in real life, because I remember when Grosjean actually tried taking that corner, he got caught out by a Racing Point. He actually had a piece of Racing Point debris stuck in his car, and that wasn't very good. It was a very messy start to the Canadian Grand Prix in real life, actually. Still looking very good.
He's at 5 tenths up on his time.
Schumacher has received a 5-place grid penalty for causing a collision with Tomek Bresner. That is going to hurt Schumacher very, very harshly. That has got to hurt.
I've actually changed to Bresner. Oh no, I can.
Look at that. Looks like Braver Container's looking very good for a lap here. P7. He actually got the fastest second sector. That was very good.
Yeah, very nice there after Braver Container. I know he does like the track, so he'll be looking to have a good one tonight.
I feel bad for Schumacher. That incident with Bresner in the flying lap, even if Schumacher gets provisional pole, it's not going to really help him.
No, certainly not.
Yeah, but Agreeable Racer seems to be... Oh no, Agreeable Racer isn't on the lap though. He's got 0 in his ERS. Looks like we've got the man with the cash back on it. Look at that! That was very nice and tidy for the world champions. The man with the cash, he takes the top spot in Q2 with a 108.9 and a 108.8. Purple writing very hard to see with the sunlight in the game, but a 108.8 set by the man with the cash, yet again taking the top spot in Q2. I have a feeling there's something we don't know, because I would have thought the man with the cash would be going for maybe a medium or a hard strategy. Could this mean there might be rain coming up in the race? Because if there is, he's looking to make an aggressive push, and then when the rain comes, inters. Because the soft compound tyre is a very big gamble, especially in a track like Canada, where the degradation levels are kind of high.
And they sure are.
So he must have a trick up his sleeve. You know, as Boulder says, you know, the man with cash, you know, he's looking very racy, and you know what? He's knocking at the door. He wants that win. And, you know, ooh, Schumacher, he's now on the home straight. Where is Schumacher going to come? P4. So that's good for Schumacher. The 5-place grid penalty that he has sustained will take complete effect in Q3 at the end. That's if he makes it into Q3. If he does not make it into Q3 and he gets knocked out in Q2, then the 5-place grid penalty will be then applied.
What Shane can do is he's about to cross the line.
Next is the Renault. P2. Very quick lap from Shane. Very, very good. RSF1 Brundle is there. Oh, we got a Red Bull actually of Signs. P7 from RSF1 Signs. Very good. Is he, you know, the real RSF1 Signs is like a little slow. Oh, and then Dean puts him down to P8. You know, is he feeling like a smooth operator? Or is he like
dodgy over the radio?
Squeeze! Yeah, Signs is a real character, you know. Oh, we got a little bit of teamwork going again from the Ferrari. Looks like Rapid Sprays is going to give the toe to Brundle. He moves out the way. Can Brundle make it stick going into the World Champions? He does. That looks very nice. Very quick indeed. Rapid Sprays supplied him enough speed. P4 by Brundle. Good teamwork by the Ferrari. Rapid Sprays was just like, you know what, mate, I'm just going to come out and I'm going to give you the toe that you need. And he did, and that was very, very good teamwork supplied by the Ferrari. Oh, we've got yellow flags in the first, second, and third sector of the track. We've got a slow-moving pink car by the looks of it. No, that's Dean, I think. Yep, that's Dean in the second sector. He's approaching the hairpin. WR Stretch. He's on an outlap at the moment. Let's have a look. Peppermeat.
Yeah, Peppermeat's on one, I think.
He's now going down the large straight. I think that's actually one of the only straights in Formula 1 where you can really achieve maximum speed.
Yeah.
P4 by Pepperme! The Irishman has responded to everyone putting in good times, and that was a very, very good one. And so Marrakesh still stays first, Shane second, Rapid Spray's third, but even with the combined teamwork of both the Scuderia, looks like Peppermate finally split them up. So Racing Point has stuck itself in and has split the Ferrari.
The Renault VR about to start his lap.
A little bit on board with VR. VR is definitely trying to get himself a good position to get some good points for Renaults going through the first sector. You've got to make sure you be careful and not brake too late going into this chicane, because if you do, you could lose so much speed going into the second DRS zone, and it's a very good move there from Peppermint to move out of the way for him. So maximum speed down, mode 4, because if you stick the car into mode 4 while in 6th gear and above, it can really benefit from getting the extra boost provided from the car. Now the hairpin, here is where actually Robert Kubica suffered a really big crash in his BMW Williams back in the day of 2005, 2006, and luckily he recovered. And speaking of Robert Kubica, he's now actually a test driver within the Alfa Romeo team. Going across the wall of champions, VR, can he get himself into the top 10? P4! Very good work from the rookie. His first race in RSF1 and the first session, his first quality of RSF1. And I'll tell you what, that is a very, very good lap. That's a lap he can be proud of.
Just behind him,
especially when you're going
stretch in the Red Bull, just misses out in P11. Gonna have to go again.
Yeah, Stretch has to go faster and beat Dean's time of a 1:96, or he will not make it into Q3. And it's the same with Sainz. Sainz has just begun his lap. Agreeable Racer and Braver Container are also on the very verge of being knocked out of Q2. However, Josh, S04 in the Mercedes, retired at the beginning of the session to serve a qualifying ban. So he will be starting from P15.
WR Stretch.
Oh, Stretch! Oh, and he clipped the wall and the hairpin, he went wide. So Stretch, that looks like that's the end of Stretch's qualifying session. P11 is where he will start unless Sainz can go faster. Agreeable Racer does not go faster. He starts P13. Can Braver Container go faster? He's at the hairpin. Stretch has now gone into the pits. Let's have a little look at Braver Container. Right now, Schumacher and Bresner are safe. They will make it into Q3, so both the Alphas, good day for them. Even though Schumacher does have that 5-place grid penalty, he still will be allowed to attend into Q3. And Braver Container get himself out of this rut. He just misses out! P11! Unlucky! And Sainz invalidated his lap! He would have done it!
He would have been up.
Sainz would have done it! Oh my gosh! Wow. Sainz just missed out! He did a 1:95. That was faster than the time Dean had set. And that means RRF1 Dean makes it into Q3 just barely. So to go over the cars quickly knocked out before Top Notch goes over the top 3. The cars knocked out is Josh S04 in the Mercedes with in 15th place, Agreeable Racer 14th, Sainz 13th, Stretch 12th, and Braver Container just misses out in P11.
Yeah, on top of the table again, man with the cash in the Racing Point. In second, RSF1 Shane in the Renault, and Rapid Sprays in the Ferrari, third place.
These three have actually been very, very consistent with their times, because Man with the Cash and Shane have both stayed on that top spot. I think Rapid Sprays just got on there, Q1.
Yeah, I do believe a couple of them are on soft tyres, so there's going to be some strategy at the start of the race.
Clear blue sky, no rain for the third and final qualifying session. I'd say let's invite RSF1 Sainz into the virtual comms box. We'll have an interview with him. So RSF1 signs, if you are hearing us on the stream, if you're watching, come on down. If you can't hear us, Top Notch will invite. So, first onto the track actually is not Dean this time, it's Schumacher. And obviously he's now got clean air in front of him, so he will have all the room to push and try and get himself into a good enough position to make up for that 5-place grid penalty. All about lightening that load. If Sainz doesn't join, we will have Braver Container in instead. But Sainz might join, just to have a little wait for him. Oh, when the camera does this, guys, that's just a cameraman. You know, he's got another bev. You know, he's holding the camera, and then some parts of it, oh, and then he's looking at the track. Not sponsored by any alcoholic drink, even though we know of one drink that does pretty much sponsor most of these races. But now with Schumacher going down the final straight, it doesn't seem like Sainz is going to join. Do you want to get Braver Container in instead?
Yeah, I can send him an invite, mate.
So on board with Schumacher. So he's definitely looking to make up for that incident with Bresner. And that's actually horrible because that was a collision between teammates of all things to have. There we are, we've got Braver Container now in the qualifying box, so please make sure you've included your audio.
Got you, mate.
So, welcome to the virtual comms box once again, Braver. It's good to good to speak to you.
Good to see you boys again.
So, sadly, I hate to bring it up, you only just missed out on P10 by a tenth of a second, but you'll be starting from P11.
Yeah. I realised everyone else was going on softs, so I was like, well, I tested it out earlier, doing a race on Canada, and it's obviously going to have to be a 2-stop, no matter what, so thought I'd go for it. If I get into Q3 I can do a soft, medium, but now that I haven't, I can change it up a bit.
So, do you feel the one-stop strategy might not be possible from soft to hards?
I think you're going for a bit of a stretch.
Or maybe medium to hards?
Well, medium to hards could be possible, but not quite sure, mate.
Before we carry on, Schumacher sets a 1:88. That's actually the fastest time set in the entire qualifying session. So he sits in pole for the start for the moment, but it's still the rest of the session to go. So Braver, before we'll have a couple more questions before we let you go. Where do you feel you might be able to push for the race?
Well, considering I'm starting one position behind points, obviously my teammate, I think he's 17th, am I correct?
He's indeed, and sorry to cut in again, man with the cash, a 1:86, a phenomenal lap set by Racing Jason, so he is definitely on a charge for today. And yes, Tabixi was P17, so unfortunately, bad day in the office for Haas, as you'll both be starting outside of the top 10, but depending on where Schumacher actually finishes, obviously, if he stays within 5 positions ahead of you, or maybe more, unfortunately, you won't be able to get ahead of him, because he has a 5-place grid penalty.
Yeah, well, obviously, don't want to let the team down, because, well, I'm clearly wanting some points.
Oh, we've lost Dean!
We have
Dean's
lost
crashed
Dean.
in the first sector.
He's still going. I don't know what's happened.
Oh, he's retired on track.
He's retired.
Is it sector 1?
Oh dear. Yeah, that's in the first sector. Looks like Dean's retired on track. I thought he crashed, but then, as you said, his dot was moving, and he retired on track. Ooh. But anyways, also Braver, just to confirm, dry race.
Yes. as usual, which
Awesome.
I don't know if that's going to be easy or hard for me, but we'll see how it goes.
Okie dokie. Top notch. Before we let him go, do you have any questions for him?
No, just good luck, mate.
Also,
have a good race.
Just saying,
And, hopefully we'll get to speak to you at the end, maybe.
just saying, the race isn't won in qualifying. So that's
Yeah, indeed.
some points in for the team. Because I did last
P11 is
time.
also a pretty good position to start from because you're not in the back, but you're in the middle, and you can get a nice little look into the first few corners, as if it's all still good. But thank you for joining us, Braver, and we wish you all the best for your race, and we might speak to you at the end.
Cheers. What's up, son?
Top notch predictions. Now, here's because right now the only car that looks like is preparing for a lap is VR. What top 3 is going to look like?
Well, these top 3 at the minute, top 4 have been very consistently in the top 4, so looking like they've got that under control at the minute. If I'd predict a surprise from anyone, I'd say maybe Brundle or JC.
I'm gonna have to say my top 3 would be Mohamed Cash, Shane, and RSF1 Brundle maybe. Cannot rule out Brundle. A 1.9. Oh my gosh, VR went actually 1,000th of a second slower than his personal best set in Q3.
Wow.
Wait, has Brundle sustained damage? He has! He's lost the right end plate!
That's not going to
That's
help him
harsh.
any
That
on this
won't
track.
be. Ooh. He has time though to get back to the pits and quickly change his wing. He has that time. So I guess we can look on to Jay Slee. As a VR64 has... It's still going? Okay. It looks like he wasn't done with his first lap. He's going for another. I do have to say though, I really do like the 2019 Renault. It's just a nice looking car.
Brundle's finishing his lap.
Oh, yeah, and we've got Brundle. Where's he going to finish? P7 with a broken wing. That's a good time. A 192. Oh, VR! A 188. He's gone faster than Schumacher. What a lap by the rookie.
Is Brundle setting his lap going to actually hurt him though? Was he better off to come in, get his wing changed and go again?
I say he should have probably gone in. That could potentially have put Brundle out of the running. It may be 3 minutes and 42 seconds left, but does he have enough time to get back to the pits, get a new wing change, a fresh set of soft compound tyres, and then get out there?
It'll be very tight, man. Very, very tight.
It will be very, very tight. In the meantime, though, his teammate, Rapid Sprays, has finally emerged from his pit box. Just a sleeping Ferrari. Heard Brundle set a time, he's like, I want to beat that, and then just goes out.
Yeah, it's going to get
let's have a little
into
look
about
at
3
Rapid.
minutes. It's going to be very, very close for Brundle to get out and get a lap in.
It will be indeed. We'll keep a quick close eye on. There's still 3 minutes left. In reality, it is still possible for Brundle to do it. He needs to be quick.
Has to be quick.
Getting back out.
Basically, he's about across the line. See what he can do.
A P5, a 19091. That was a good lap by the McLaren. Let's have a little look at Rapid Sprays now. The other Ferrari who could probably put real pressure on Maricon has joined the session. Murray's not an F2 driver, isn't he? No, he's not.
I don't believe so.
If Murray's not an F2 driver, we might have to see about having him removed from the session. If anyone could tell him to please leave. As if he's not racing, if he is, then that's done corrected. Rapid Sprays. Shane, I told you Shane was going to try and combat the man with the cash in the top spot. A 1:87. Very good time. But Rapid Sprays, he's going faster in the second sector, or a purple second sector. He has been the fastest car through that mid-sector. Can he achieve a quicker third sector and a good run through the final chicane at the Wall of Champions to secure a good position?
Racing point.
Very nice and tight. Looking at the back end, kicked out slightly, but the Ferrari has not been faulted by that. P4 set by Rapid Sprays.
Very nice. Look how close they are.
That is a superb drive. And yeah, exactly 0.04 of a second slower than VR. That is impressive. Just to see that division. And it looks like...
Bresner.
Oh, Bresner!
Takes pole position.
Oh my god! What a move! Bresner instantly puts the man with the cash down to P2 with a 1:86. That is brilliant. That's actually 9,000. Actually, that's 11,000 of a second faster than the man with the cash. But now the person who has taken a massive gamble, staying out too long beforehand, Brundle is finally back out with a brand new win.
And
now begins his final lap.
Started lap, yeah. Very nice time in there for Brundle.
I have to say, it's a good day for the Renault because Shane has gone faster. He's actually ahead of VR. So as it stands, it's Cash second with Shane and VR behind him. So both the Renault in the top two rows. So very, very good from the pair of them. That's actually pretty good teamwork. I don't know if VR is...
him on a 184.
Man with the cash! A 184! He instantly responded to Bresner. Where has the man with the cash found this incredible speed? That's the end of Q3. So now here is where it is all going to be. Bresner can now no longer go any more laps. He starts P2 unless anyone beats him. Jace Lee can also no longer do another lap. Shane has retired from the session. He's feeling good in third place at the moment. Schumacher is P6. He will suffer a 5-place grid penalty and go to P11, which puts Brayden Container up into P10 for the race start. And Brundle P4. P4 to RSF1 Brundle. Peppermeat is the only car on track that is still able to do another lap. Is he going to get the toe off of his teammate? Oh, this is looking very close indeed. If they are doing what I think they're doing, it doesn't look like it. Peppermeat is staying off of the racing line. Oh, it looks like Pepper is just going into the pits. Yeah, it's all cool. But very, very good performance from our Q3 drivers. So Schumacher, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he'll go to P11, won't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
P12.
P12. 5 places and 7.
Yeah, so 5 place grid penalty, P12. Schumacher will start. That's going to hurt him.
But they're both moving up anyway.
I think that might have been Sainz.
Oh!
Sainz.
Rapid Sprays hit the wall.
Oh!
AI.
The AI crashed Rapid Spray's car. That grounded Ferrari is looking very, very lonely on the track there. Like, look at it. It looks so upset that it's not moving. Like, look at that wheel. I mean, like, it's still rolling even though the car is at a standstill. I mean, like, you could probably put your fingers on it, it'd be like a tech deck. You know, back in the day, you remember Tech Deck?
We do,
Not a sponsor, by the way. You know, just like, you know, you get good kick flips and grinds through the second sector. Oh! I heard the Ferrari of Brundle coming by. I was thinking, is the AI going to crash into it? There we are. So that is the top 10. Dean does not set a race time at all because he unfortunately retired on the track. He retired on the track in Q3. So Dean starts from P10 for the race. Actually moves up a position because of Schumacher's penalty. Peppermeat is P9, but will be moved to P8 because of Schumacher. Jaisley, P8 to P7 because of Schumacher. Then Rapid Spray 6, VR 46 is 5th, Brundle 4th, Shane 3rd, Bresner 2nd, and the man with the cash takes the top spot in Q3. And I actually have to give some serious credit and respect to VR on his debut in RSF1, and he starts in the top 5. So that is very, especially in the F2 division as well, when you've got the likes of Schumacher, you've got Brundle, the man with the cash, you've got so many people in there, and he's instantly put himself into a good position. That's very, very good driving there. What about Murray? Is Murray actually supposed to be racing?
I'm honestly not too sure. Does anybody in the chat know if Murray is meant to be on the grid?
Murray is... It's hard to say. If Murray is F2, he's probably serving a qualifying ban as well. I don't know. Or he just knew he was going to be late. But I don't know if Murray is... Hard to say. But anyways, we're in the transition period, ladies and gentlemen, where everyone is going to be going over their tyre strategies and their fuel loads. And also, this is the moment where teams can confer with one another to establish their laps when they're going to pit with the data that the game has provided them on their tyre life. They can also go over a little bit of their setups from what I can recall, the tyre pressure on one of their tyres and the front wing only. So now we are finally into the race. Do you want to do the formation lap or do you want me to do it? Top notch.
You can do it, mate. That's cool.
And unfortunately, I'm going to be disappointing RSF1 Vettel here. I will not be doing the post office formation lap. So I hate to disappoint you all. I'm not going to be like, and in P1 is the man with the cash. Like, because if I feel like if I do that, I have to hand you a parcel while I'm doing the formation lap, you know. So right now, still looking good. Everyone is still going over their strategies. No one's readied up for the host as well. That's what we like to see. So, okay, yeah. So it's been established. Murray Con is F2. If he's not been put into a Mercedes, obviously he'll be put into another car because I don't know if he picked a car before he went into the session. Any points that he will accumulate will go to the Mercedes F1 team.
Fair enough, and good job to these guys for not readying up before the host. Very important.
Yeah, that's what we like to see because, you know, it's very annoying sometimes when some people like to take this opportunity before the race to sort out the setups, go over their strategies, go get a drink, go to the toilet. But the thing is you've got to be ready in anticipation for someone to ready up before the host.
Yeah.
You have to be very, very careful. But yeah, so while we wait, let's have a little bit of talk about real-time F1. So, as I said earlier, you know, Williams is looking quicker now, much quicker, and they've got Nicholas Latifi and George Russell in their cars now. They could be looking competitive. We know Ferrari is suffering a little bit in performance. Which teams are you actually rooting for this year? Because I know Mercedes has got the advantage of that steering thing.
Yeah, that's a cool bit of innovation, that is for sure. And the team I'd be rooting for would be McLaren. I want to see McLaren have a good season. I think they deserve it.
Agreed. Lando Norris and Carlos worked really hard. And there's also a big congratulations to Carlos Sainz, because after the penalty that Lewis Hamilton had sustained after his collision with Alexander Albon back in Brazil last season, he actually collected his first ever podium in Formula One.
Yeah, I think we can agree that the radio transactions between drivers and the wall are not going to die when Kimi Räikkönen leave. It's Lando Norris and, you know, the young boys are keeping it alive. Some funny.
They've got some good spirits there. You know, I seriously think like people like Max Verstappen and Lando Norris, because obviously if no one saw in the testing highlights, Lando was not going to be driving for the McLaren car that day because Carlos was testing. Oh, and Brundle's readied up, and so I'll quickly wrap it short. He was making his own little play of Lego, and he had his own Lego version of him. Max happened to pass him, past the McLaren box in his car, and he stuck out his middle finger at Lando, who was playing with his little Lego man, and then Lando saw it on the camera, and, you know, he gave him a middle finger back, you know. Casual swearing at the other lads. So here we go. So the session is now beginning for the formation lap. RF1 Dean is readying up there. Here we go. So let's display the information up. So we'll start from the back of the grid. So starting in P18 in the Mercedes, he's been put in the correct car, is Murray Confrey. He joined late, so he'll be at the back of the grid. Tabitzi, who was looking like he was going to start plumb last, will be 17th place for the start of the race. Diara Marco in Toro Rosso in 16th place, followed by Josh S04 in the Mercedes in front of him in 15th. In 14th place is Agreeable Racer, 13th is Sainz. Split between the two Red Bull because of his grid penalty is Schumacher. WR Stretch is in P11. Braver Container into the top 10 after Schumacher's penalty, so he's got a good position for the start. RF1 Dean, even after not going out onto the track in Q3, he starts P9. Peppermeat P8 in the Racing Point. The Irishman is definitely looking very racy. It's good to see him back on the grid because he did go missing for a little while, so it's good to have him back. Jace Lee in 7th place. He's definitely looking like he could try and make up another podium, especially after Monaco, so best of luck to him. Rapid Sprays, good form and teamwork between him and his teammate, puts him up into P6. VR46, the rookie of F2, has actually put himself into a really good spot into the start of the race in P5. In front of him is RSF1 Brundle. He tried to do a rain dance today, you know, get some rain, but again, no dice. It's Canada. Normally there's rain, but today. Shane in 3rd in the Renault. He's looking like he's going to take 2nd place until Tomek Bresner, who's followed up in front, is in 2nd. Bresner split him off with the man with cash, but the man of many nicknames, Racing Jason in the Pink Panther, is in the top spot for today's race, and with 35 laps ahead and 18 cars on the grid, it's going to be an exciting one. So here is the very nerve-wracking bit, and also well done to everyone in F2. No cards stricken on the grid from colliding in the formation lap. So very, very big well done to everyone for keeping respectable distance between each other and leaving plenty of room. So that's very nice to see. Here we go for the next race for Canada on F2. It's 5 red lights. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's lights out and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. Braver Container gets a really good start going up the grid. And Agreeable Racer and Josh, they've got a really good start going into turn 1. The Ferrari of RSF1 Brundle was round the outside and ahead of Shane's into turn 1. And a bit of contact between the Ferrari and Tomek Bresner. Braver Container receives a 5-second time penalty for it. It's a virtual safety car.
Yep, very messy there in the background.
That was crazy. Braver Container received a 5-second time penalty for a collision he sustained with Agreeable Racer. Braver Container also receives a 5-second time penalty for colliding with Peppermeat and gaining the position.
I believe someone on the line there off the start had a terrible start.
Marco's received a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Sainz. What is going on here? Virtual safety car is still out. Looks like they're going to racing speed.
Yeah, we've got RSF1 being lagging pretty bad.
I'm actually just going to say, Schumacher, even with that penalty, he's recovered himself to P7, where he originally was. Green flag, and we're going again. And he's actually put himself back up there, so very good job to Schumacher nullifying his his grid penalty. And the cash for the fastest lap. Schumacher is battling hard with the rookie on VR46. The tyres on now. It's definitely looking good. Okay, so Peppermeat, Agreeable and Josh have pitted onto new tyres. I think they might have suffered a collision in the opening laps of... I know Peppermeat had someone had a collision with him. I think that was Braver. That's definitely not done any favours. Brundle, however, is actually gaining on Tomic Bresner. See if there's any other occurring battles coming up. Actually, Tabitsi is gaining on Murray in the Mercedes. It's Haas and Mercedes power. Oh, and there's a little contact with the Williams of Dean and the wall up ahead. And Dean's hit the other wall. He's lost both the end plates in just 2 corners.
I think we're going to pass that VR on the back of Schumacher.
Murray's got damage. Murray's missing his right end plate. And Tabitsi's still got both. Marco's looking very good as well. What about VR? Oh, VR is all over the gearbox of Schumacher. Again, fastest lap of the race is rewarded to the man with the cash. And I'll tell you what, that's been a very good start for the Racing Point. He couldn't have gotten a better start. Oh, and Schumacher goes a little bit wide in turn 1 and that allows VR 46 to get a little look down the inside, but it doesn't do it. RSF1 Brundle has received a 3-second time penalty for receiving multiple warnings, and Schumacher hits the wall! The same wall where Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel went and had that little moment where Vettel lost his win.
He's alright, he ain't got damage.
Oh, he's not got damage, that's good. He got very, very close. I thought he did. Dean has left this section. This is not good.
Try and get him in wide.
That means the AI car will be in the way. This is a very close battle. Right now it's the closest one. Oh, and it looks like VR is getting a little look down the inside of the hairpin on Schumacher. He's wanting to get by them, and now look at this. He's got DRS. He is using up that battery, and Schumacher's using his battery all he can to keep VR behind. And it looks like Brundle got ahead of Tomic Bresner up ahead, so Brundle getting ahead. And Shane's getting a little look down the inside of Tomic Bresner into turn 1. He's looking like he wants to make the move. Bresner defends the inside. They're side by side going through the hairpin. And Shane's got the move from the outside, going through the chicane. And Shane's made it stick. P3 for Shane. What a move.
Yep, Bresner thought better of going 2 by 2 through there.
Very smart move, good restraint. Tabitsi, he's struggling to deal with Murray. Murray is really, Murray and WR stretch up ahead. Mr. T wants to get by, but with the cars of Murray and stretch up ahead, he just can't do it. It looks like Murray's not actually using his DRS. Or Braver Container, just when he thought 10 seconds worth of penalties was enough, he's received 3 more. That's not looking very good for Braver Container's end of race. Oh, we've got Mr. T looking down the inside in the hairpin. Oh, and Murray's ghosted. I missed it. Whoa. Murray was lagging. See?
Yeah, I see that.
That is a very big jump. Oh, we're going to have to go to Tomic Bresner. He's in the DRS range of Shane. Could he retaliate? Because he lost a position to Brundle and he lost a position to Shane. So this is not looking very good for Bresner. Oh, Bresner's got the Ferrari going up behind him. And there's a battle up front. WR Stretch is defending in the inside. It's nearly 3 cars wide, but Stretch stays ahead with Braver Container behind him. Braver's looking very racy. Oh, he's going to have to wait in the chicane unless Braver tries to make the move. Murray, he's still got Tabitsi's received the 3-second time penalty.
That's not going to help his cause. Murray Khan's going to be wanting to get past these medium runners as fast as he can.
And Rapid Sprays! Rapid Sprays is going down around the outside in the hairpin. No, the chicane, sorry. And it looks like because Bresner managed to shut the door, that allows him to stay ahead. Rapid just could not make that move. Good defense. Now going into the hairpin goes Rapid Sprays. There they are within the DRS. He will be. There we go. Look at this, down the straight. Rapid Sprays goes round the left side of Bresner's car into the Wall of Champions. Is he going to back down? No one backs down. They make contact, and it looks like Bresner hits the wall. But they're both looking evenly matched. Rapid Sprays, even with the DRS advantage, he's going to try and make a move down the inside, get the switch back. But Bresner is defending with all his might. However, Murray has gotten ahead of Braver Container, but he's lagging quite a lot there. And the brake are down the inside. Oh, and they've been forced into the wall. There's been contact again. Oh, and there's going to be contact with the Red Bull as well. It's caused damage to Braver Container's car because of that Mercedes. It's forced him into the wall. The Red Bull goes down the inside on the Haas, and he can't do it.
Lovely defending.
Braver Container defends. They bump wheels.
These guys don't know where Murray-Con is on the track. He's lagging so badly.
Yeah, and Murray's down the inside on Sainz. Look at that. Actually, that was a really... Oh, and Sainz! A little jump there.
Sideways. Yeah, Murray-Con is jumping all over the place.
Yeah, Murray-Con's lagging down the inside. Oh my God! There's contact between these two. However, Tabitzi did get ahead of WR Stretch. He made that move stick. And Jace Lee has gotten ahead of VR on the wall of Champion Chicane. What a move. And Shane's battles are hard. And he's gotten ahead of RSF1 Brundle for second place.
Yeah, this train behind Shane is really close. Really close. They're all within like 2 seconds.
The race leader has
3 second time
penalty. This is playing into Shane's hands. Brundle has a 3-second penalty, and so does the man with the cash. If anyone's seeming really good, it's Shane right now. Oh, this is looking very close down the pack behind. Bresley's still got rapid sprays behind him. Hairpin. Oh. I'll let you go over this battle quickly between Bresner and Rapid Sprays.
Who can get the better exit? Who can get the better exit?
Looks like Bresner actually gaining on Brundle.
They're all about the DRS.
Oh, Rapid Sprays!
Rapid Sprays.
No safety car though, with a virtual, but no. Oh, and down the inside into the wall of champions, or the chicane to the wall of champions, goes Sainz. He makes his way up into P11, P10, because he's gotten ahead of VR and Murray. Very good race.
Oh, Rapid Sprays hit the wall there on the exit 3.
Oh, yeah, he has, but no, Rapids hasn't got it. It's Brundle, I think.
Was it Brundle?
Yeah, Brundle's lost a right end plate.
Yeah, that was Brundle then.
That's going to hurt. And the thing is with that end plate gone, he's now got no aero in the mid sectors. This is going to give Shane the space that he needs to catch that racing point. However, Shane looks like he broke a little late. I think he's now starting to really feel the degradation of the tyres. However, as you said before, Top Notch, the pack behind is so close. If I go to a gap between leader, the gap between Man with the Cash and Jace Lee is 4.3 seconds. And it looks like there's a little battle going on between Tommy Bresner and Rapid Sprays. They go side by side. There's a 3-car battle going down the straight. It looks like Schumacher wants to get past Rapid Sprays. Rapid Sprays makes a move down the inside. He gets ahead of Tommy Bresner. He shuts the door, and Bresner cannot retaliate going into the opening few corners of the next lap. Good move by Rapids, but it looks like he's going to get a little peek into the chicane. VR gets a 3-second time penalty. Marco is in 10th place, sorry.
The gap from Man with the Cash to the leader is 14.8 seconds, 15 seconds. Let's see if he can close that in. Get back over in first position.
All Braver Containers are tired from the session. He's gone into the pits and he has had enough. And it looks like now with the Man with the Cash's pit stop,
Man with the Cash is going to make the move on Marco.
It's a virtual safety car!
Oh, just as he was about to pass Marco, literally side by side with him there.
That has done in the Man with the Cash. This could play amazingly well for Shane. The virtual safety car saves 15 seconds in a pit stop. This could essentially be a well-needed pit stop. Brundle, the race leader, goes into pit, and so does Shane.
Yeah,
Rapid Sprays, however, stays out. Schumacher! Just when stuff could not get worse! 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Shane goes out of the pit box. Oh my God! Shane's ahead of Brundle! and green flags. We are racing again.
Racing again.
That
He's
has
going to be
played
really close
beautifully.
to the back of the man of cash. Look how close he's come out. 1.5
That's
seconds.
played beautifully for Shane, because the man of the cash had such a great advantage from pitting before, and then the virtual safety car had just eliminated that edge that he needed. So now it looks like Shane is looking strong, because remember, the man of the cash has still got that 3-second time penalty. All the leading cars have not pitted. They are on more medium tyres, and they stayed out on them on the safety car as well, so they might have like maybe, I'd say with the safety car or virtual, you probably may have like an extra lap saved because you're not pushing as hard on those tyres.
Yeah, sure. JT's going to be looking at the back at Bresner.
Oh yeah, Jace Lee is looking very good. Oh, the back end kicking out as he goes through the final corner. See what Jace Lee can do. However, Schumacher's actually gaining on Shane.
Very close.
They're both on fresh tyre. The man with the cash has accumulated another 3-second time penalty. And Murray's gone. Murray's left the session. He might have lagged out. Oh, Schumacher broke a little late. And VR has set the fastest lap of the race. And Josh has received a 3-second time penalty. It's a bad day for Mercedes. It's gone from bad to worse with Murray lagging and they're getting lagged out the session. And Josh with his quali ban and a penalty to just top that, well, put the cherry on top of the very bittersweet. But Mr. T, look at the progress he's made. He was P17, P4. That has been really good driving from Mr. T. But looks like here comes round 2. There's Jace Lee. He wants to get past Tomek Bresner. Oh, he's getting looked down the inside. Oh my God! Bresner made a mistake in the wall of champions, and it completely caused Jace Lee to hit the back of him. Oh my God! And we've got a battle between Shane and Schumacher, as Schumacher is trying to make the move down the inside. No, he won't. He'll back off for a second, but look at that line. Shane got all around the outside. He tries to go in VR again, sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:11. Oh, and Schumacher got a better run out of the first few corners. Oh, and it looks like Sainz up ahead has desynced. Schumacher gets ahead, and it looks like Shane has been popped down back to 9th. But Shane is still looking good because both Schumacher and the man with the catch has sustained penalties. He just needs to stay with them.
Schumacher looks to be on charge here.
For Schumacher, however, he has got a 5-second time penalty and a 3-second penalty as well. He's sustained 8 seconds worth already because also he's sped in the pits.
Yeah.
Oh, the man with the cash! He's being challenged!
This is going to be so interesting. All these so close on the finish straight.
He's trying to get past Sainz, and because he can't get past Sainz, it's allowed Schumacher, Jace Lee, penalty. Down the inside, the man with the cash goes in the final chicane. He got that move done. Oh, beautiful overtake.
Yeah, so it's
Schumacher.
like a sitting duck here.
Yeah, he is. He's sitting duck indeed. As Schumacher gets ahead, and it looks like the clouds are starting to form over. Could we be seeing rain? So I know we got told dry race, but the thing is we was under the impression that it would be sunny. If it's overcast, fair play, but those clouds don't really look too friendly.
It's like getting
and Shane. Shane's gone past the sitting duck, and Brundle as well. Sainz has lagged out of the session, and that allows Brundle to get a free overtake on the AI, because the AI tend to really back off of certain battles. And that also gives VR a position. So if VR can finish within the top 10, oh yeah. So it's looking very interesting. And Toby got another 3-second time penalty. Unlucky for Mr. T in the Haas, you know, just picking up a penalty after another. It's interesting how this is going to play out. But Schumacher, oh my God, he's making a move down the inside of the man with the cash to make contact in the chicane, and he has to back off and let the man with the cash go. Oh, Marco and Murray are battling down the bottom of the grid. Sainz is back. Rapid sprays a 3-second time penalty. See what Murray can do. He's not got the DRS, but he's got the slipstream. Ooh, Murray's just not able to catch up enough to get that position back. Rapid spray still stays out in front, but after the pit stops of the cars in front, it looks like Mohammed Cash would still be in the lead. Schumacher would be P2 and Shane would be P3. That's provisionally speaking after the pit stop, depending on how things play out in front. Shane's being challenged by Brundle. Brundle's gone by Shane.
Jace Lee's gone past Peppermint the inside. Oh, I hope he drops of rain. I hope he drops of rain.
It's raining! Surely. I said there's rain! Droplets of rain is coming! This is going to be very, very bad!
Jace Lee and Peppermint is still awesome racing. Jace Lee should have the upper hand because of the better tyres, but these dudes that are now pitted on fresh dry tyres are going to suffer.
That's the second Schumacher claimed by the Wall of Champions!
You think about it, all these guys that are now pitted for intermediates are going to be pitting for intermediates that have already done a stop. They're going to be really suffering.
Sainz, however, has gone on to the slicks. He's gone on to the soft compound tyre.
That's all the question when the cut-over time is going to be.
Well, that's played amazingly well into Shane's hand and horrible for Schumacher. All that hard work Schumacher had done to nullify his grid penalty and to battle hard with Brundle, Shane and the man with the cash, he falls all the way down. Brundle, however, he's caught up to the man with the cash. He's going to make a move round the outside into the hairpin. Oh, can Brundle do it? And he can't. They make contact in the hairpin. No damage done. But that had to push Brundle to the side. And that has allowed man with the cash to stay up in front. But Brundle's got the pace. With the rain, with the DRS on the straight, Brundle gets ahead. Very good move there from Brundle. He gets 4th place, and he is slowly gaining on Mr. T, who's got his penalties. He's struggling for pace. He is a sitting duck. Schumacher again has accumulated a 3-second time penalty. Right now, if anyone's looking good right now, it's the Rain Man. He has been rain dancing for a lot of times to try and hope for something, and it looks like before they launched on the formation lap, that rain dance finally came into play. He got his hatchet out, his tomahawk, rolled up his jeans and just did his little dance to get the rain.
So the question is, can he make the move on Mr. T? Looking for it. On the straight,
Mr. T is struggling for grip. That's 15 lap-old mediums versus 6 lap-old mediums. By degradation standards, Mr. T is at an incredible disadvantage, and down the inside, Brundle made that look easy.
Yeah, he did. The tyre difference.
And also, he's within the DRS window, so he got the extra added DRS, so he's got that extra lunge. So Brundle, he's looking very, very good. And right now, the rain may be coming down, but it's not bad enough. Oh, God!
Through the last chicane, slip through it.
It's getting a bit slippery, but once we see DRS disabled, is when that's a good time to get yourself into that pit.
And what I'm asking myself now is, can Mr. T make it to that window? And he'll nullify them 16 lap-old tyres, and he'll be in with these guys. He can come in with these guys and get the intermediates on. He's net wherever he come out, he's game.
The worst part is Man with the Cash is struggling to get by him. Oh, the Man with the Cash! Speaking of him, he had a problem. He's fallen behind Shane, and it looks like the battle between teammates. VR is going down the inside of his teammate Shane in his debut race, and VR gets ahead. He's got the pace to fight. What a move! I was speaking of the Man with the Cash, and Man with the Cash has gone by Shane. I think they might have had a collision with each other, and Shane might have surrendered the position back, because Shane looks like Shane's having problems.
I think
Shane's having problems.
And the Man with the Cash back past that, and basically
they might have had an incident, and Shane was like, you know what, I'll let you go by. That's fair play if he's done that. Oh, Miss T has finally got into the pits. However, what tyre is he going? Bresner is going on to the hards. Hard as well for Mr.
T's
T.
on the hards. Soft for WR stretch.
Oh! Moment of Cash has gone to the intermediate tyres!
Wow. Wow.
Has that done in the man with the Cash's race? Oh my, no! If the rain disables DRS soon, he is looking amazing. If not, the man with the Cash might have just suffered a huge, huge loss after an amazing push of performance. And you know what the horrible thing to say is? The rain looks like it's slightly letting up as well.
Yeah, he's lost nearly a second already.
I think the man with the Cash might have been a little bit too preemptive with his tyre choice. As everyone else went onto the hard compound tyres, he chose the medium, the inters, and that has allowed RSF1 Science to get by him.
He's looking at Peppermeat down straight. He's really close, and he's going to just start.
Peppermeat's got 16-lap-old mediums versus fresh, new hards. It's a no-brainer that in terms of grip. The man with the Cash, sorry, not man with the Cash, Peppermeat is at a massive disadvantage. And he's staying out, I think. He's trying to push out to see if the rain will disable DRS and the inters can come into play. But even if they do, the man with the Cash being on the wrong tyre compound is burning out those tyres.
Not really lost loads and loads of time, so the cut-off point is he hasn't lost loads of time, he hasn't fallen back majorly yet.
Shane, however, is looking to get past his teammate. A battle between Renault once again. VR sitting in second place. Oh, he's let him go by. This looks like team orders have come into play. Shane is now into second place and VR has let his teammate go. So if that's team orders coming into play there, that's very smart thinking. So Shane's got the more pace. VR does not see. Oh, it's Shane! Looks like he's losing the rear end a little bit. I think that rain is taking its toll. Oh, looks like VR wants to make the move, but I think he's respectfully keeping his teammate ahead. Oh, Schumacher, P4, but is now going into pits. And that pushed Jay Slee in P4. That's pretty good for Jay Slee.
Yeah, that sure is. For the McLaren team.
Oh, it looks like he's struggling for all-out pace though. Mr. T, P7, Peppermeat, he's staying out in those mediums. How are those mediums not fallen off yet after 18 laps?
Schumacher.
I think he's really... Oh no, Schumacher's done it as well! I don't think it's quite intermediate time, lads. Because I hate to say it, the rain is not severe enough.
No, it doesn't look like it. Now with the Cash is just losing time.
Cars up in front are suffering. Because it looks like Brundle and Shane, well, mainly VR actually and Shane, can't seem to find pace. Shane goes wide into the hairpin. That's not doing him any good. Oh, and there's a bit of a battle between Rapid Sprays and Jay Slee in the hairpin. No damage done. They're side by side. Hard to tell who's going to have it. It's a track race to the wall. And it looks like Ferrari power trumps. Shane's finally received a 3-second time penalty. What advantage he could have gained over Brundle, because Brundle has 6 seconds, has now been dwindled down to only a 3-second margin. If Shane can get to 3 seconds between him and Brundle, he could win. But right now, Brundle is opening the gap between him and the car behind. So if anyone's looking good right now, it's him.
The big winner out of all of this is Mr. T, up 10 places on fresh cars. He started near back.
And top 3 have to pit still.
Yep. He's gaining on them all the time.
Man with the Cash is going into the pits now. I think he's finally learned his lesson on tyres. He's now gone to the hard compound tyres. What the man with the Cash really needs to save his day is a safety car. That's what will save his session from going from bad to worse, because it is unlucky to see the pole sitter at the start of the race plumb 14th place, all the way gone, just suffering.
Got Rapid Sprays on the back of VR.
Oh, Renault and Ferrari. Here comes a battle. Can Rapid Sprays try and send it down the inside on the chicane? He does not. He holds off for just the moment because now he's in DRS range of VR. VR is trying his best to not impede Shane's race. Shane is struggling. Rapids gets ahead into third place. However, 3-lap-old mediums versus 12-lap-old mediums, and Shane is struggling. Rapids will not show mercy like Shane's teammate has. So it looks like if Shane is struggling, Rapids can make the move and claim second place. This is looking very good for Ferrari in Canada. Any Ferrari fans in the chat? And Shane makes a mistake and loses the back end, and there's damage to the back end of the wing of Rapid Sprays' Ferrari. But Rapid Sprays gets ahead. Oh, that's not good. Oh, and Shane spun! He spun and hit the wall! Is that a safety car? Or a virtual at the very least? No, he's okay. He's okay. If he was stricken on the track too long, it probably would have triggered one. But it's only double yellows. It's fine. But that's completely ruined all of Shane's work. The people that could have potentially have challenged for the win are gone. Brundle and Rapid Sprays are up ahead. However, VR sits in third place, who's now going to pit after 14 laps on those tyres. Jace Lee is in third, and he looks like he's actually gaining on that Ferrari, because even though his tyres are older, the damage is still there. Bresner, 4-lap-old hards, I think he's going to the end.
Peppermeat.
5-second penalty for Peppermeat. It's hard to say what's going to happen now, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, it sure is. It's thrown it all up in the air, isn't it? It's rain. Nobody really knows what to do. I think it looks to me like it's getting a bit worse, you know. Like these medium runners, I don't know whether it's because they're later in laps, but I think he's struggling.
It looks like Tomek Bresner's actually struggling. He went very slow through that second sector. But all the people who are on
Mr. T's got past Shane.
Oh yeah, Shane has sustained quite a bit of damage actually from that crash in the wall. Mr. T, he's the one who's on top laughing. Those hards have put him into play. Marco, 3-second time penalty, because Brundle and Jace Lee have to pit. So that let's look at a gap between them and Mr. T. It's 20 seconds. In theory, after the top 3 pit, because Rapid Sprays might have to pit, because with that front wing damage, he's going to continue to lose. Brundle has received another penalty. I was just going to say, with the damage that Rapid has sustained, Shane's pitted, VR moves up into 7th. The top 3 cannot go to the end. Rapids could, but it'll be a gamble, a massive gamble, because his tyres will be screaming by the end.
They sure will.
The people who look like they will be sitting great at the end is Tomek and Kibitsi.
Yep.
Unless a safety car comes out.
Rapids hit the wall.
Another one. Rapids is in the wall, did you say?
Rapids.
Oh no!
End plates on his front wings. Both sides.
He's lost both of them. Oh, he's going to have to pit. He cannot go on for the rest of the race with 2 missing end plates. No way. And the back marker of DRM Marco has been passed by the race leader. So Brundle is still looking quite well. Oh, and a 5-second time penalty for speeding within the pit lane for Rapid Sprays.
Yeah, it must be horrible.
Jace Lee moves up to 2nd.
Dry tyres when I feel a bit wet. I know myself from last season.
The rain's stopping. The rain's gone.
Rapids onto the top.
Schumacher, another penalty.
But
yeah, Bresner.
Do you think, honest?
Sorry?
You think Rapids should make it to the end on them softs?
I don't think he can. Sainz could only do 9. He might sustain a puncture if he pushes it. Remember, this is a high degradation track. The track's quite worn in, you know. Good heat already in the tarmac. It's hard to say. VR received a 3-second time penalty.
Or as he's trying to challenge WR stretch. Gonna pass him.
Oh, yep, down the
That's
inside goes
easy.
VR. And Stretch can't do anything. On 7-lap-old soft, he's feeling the wear on those tyres. VR is definitely looking very good. And the best part is VR can go to the end on those tyres. So he could, because Mr. T and Tomek Bresner on 7-lap-old cards, VR could be looking very good for his first race.
Sure good.
Because now, clean air. He can keep pushing on ahead, catch up to Mr. T. So it's gone a little bit quiet now. Bresner's picked up a penalty. Can you look over the top 3 in their penalties, Tom?
Sure can.
Shane is catching up to Rapid Sprays is catching up to WR Stretch, but he's received another 3-second time penalty. So a lot of penalties for Rapid Sprays. And obviously, how many for Brundle?
12
12.
seconds. Yep.
Rapid Sprays gets ahead of Stretch. Very good work. And now he's got to work on getting a good gap up ahead. VR is cutting down that time between him and Tabitsi, chunk by chunk each lap. He is gaining.
5 seconds to join JT, but I don't know if that's been served in the pit. We'll probably serve that
Is
in
that
the
for
pit.
speeding in the pit lane?
I'm not sure. No, that won't be speeding in the pit lane.
Schumacher again, another penalty. It's going bad to us for him. Rapid Sprays collects the fastest lap of the race with a 1:11 dead.
Bresner has 1 penalty, 3 seconds.
Murray Connors back. Peppermeat is battling with WR Structures going to the pits. Shane moves back up into the top 10. So it's good for Shane. Got some points at the very least. Sainz is gone again.
Whoa, what was that? Oh,
Shane's
Dean
catching up
getting
to
out of the way.
Agreeable.
Mr. T's penalties, I think.
He has a few, I know that for sure. I think maybe 9 seconds at least for Mr. T.
6 seconds by the looks of it.
6-second time
So
penalty for Mr. T.
Bresner and Mr. T look to be gaining some positions there. Brundle's got 12.
Brundle's finally pitted, and so has Jace Lee. As I said, that has put Tomek Bresner into pole for the race, or for P1. RSF1 Brundle's got a 2nd place in the pit stop. He's ahead of Mr. T.
It's going to be on better
Brundle,
tyres.
oh my God!
He's got
That
nice
means
distance.
Bresner on hard tyres is a sitting duck.
Brundle's going to have to stretch a big lead to keep that best position now.
And Rapid Sprays has pitted as well. Rapid Sprays is getting past Mr. T.
Oh,
He's
bit
not
of
making it
bumping,
easy.
bit of
They shove
bumping.
each other.
Oh, no.
And they crashed. That was asking for trouble.
I'm all over the camera. I can't really see it. I'm on the front wing.
I just saw both of them side by side. Rapids tries to make the move down the inside, and Mr. T shuts him off around the out, and then obviously, as you know, that means Mr. T will have the inside line going into the next part of the chicane, and they just smashed into the wall. Brundle gets out ahead. So that means now Bresner is has 6 seconds, did you say?
Bresner,
Because if he has 6 seconds, Brundle needs to make up a 6-second lead. VR is P3. Bresner has 1.
Yep.
Oh no, it looks like Rapid Sprays has to serve a stop and go quickly. He has to wait 5 seconds and then the pit crew can touch the car. Oh, just when Ferrari was looking good. And look at that, Brundle is already 2 seconds ahead of Tomek Bresner. And VR has accumulated a handful of penalties as well, a couple as well. So right now, Brundle just needs to get 9 seconds ahead of Bresner and he wins the race. Do you think he could do it? Top notch?
It's very doable. Soft's really hard as a good second and a half a lap, easily just on tyre pace. So
Dior Marco.
Very doable.
Tired.
Mr. T went outside of Josh.
Tired from the session.
Nice move there from Josh. From Mr. T, sorry.
Yeah. Mr. T gets ahead, and Shane is actually looking.
Real racer.
Yeah, I'll let you do this battle. It looks like he might have it.
It'll be a very nice move by the looks of it. Be a lot of overspeed at the end of the straight. We're going to go for it.
Oh, Shane hits the back of him!
Pulled out of it at the end.
But Shane surrendered that battle to allow him to gain some space for the mistake of hitting the back of him.
Yeah, nice driving there for Shane after the mistake.
He's made a mistake. He's realised what he's done. Hit the back of him. He's like, you know what? Sorry about that.
No hard feelings. Let's go again. Oh, as he hits the wall, does he get any damage for that? Does he get away with that?
No, and
he doesn't.
We're looking at some sunshine. Just when it looked very doom and gloomy with rain, sunshine has come out. Mr. T on soft tyres after his collision with rapid sprays. Mr. T can make that battle. Oh, and he gets ahead of Shane, and Shane's been forced to exceed the track limits. VR has collected another 3-second time penalty. So that means if Brundle can continue to open the gap between him and Bresner, Brundle is guaranteed at least second place. If not, could win.
Racer in the slipstream, going to have the DRS. Agreeable racer's going to be sitting up.
And Mr. T gets ahead. Very good there. WR Stretch has done really well. He sits.
Yeah, he's picked himself up there, and he's on fresh tyres, so he's going to be pushing.
He could be looking very, very good. So let's have a little look at the positions gained. So Tabitzi has made up 10. Stretch has made up 5. Our man with a cash has lost 10 positions. That's going to be very, very painful. But it is interesting because right now, Stretch is looking very good. I don't think he's collected that many penalties. Meanwhile, Peppermeat has got some. Oh, we've got a battle going up ahead between Tomic Bresner and VR. VR moves up. And this, I tell you what, that's not going to do any favours for Bresner. Because I think VR's got 6 to 9 seconds of penalties, which means... Yeah, because if Tomic Bresner can't get past VR, and if he's going to be slowing up, this could hand it.
Yeah, I think he's going to do it. I think this is Brundle's race to lose now. 7 seconds, he needs another 2, roughly.
Schumacher gets ahead of the man with a cash on the chicane at the Wall of Champions, and the Rapid Sprays is gaining on the pair of them. Oh, the Ferrari tried to make a little look around the outside. 32 viewers, by the way. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the stream. It's very nice of you to enjoy this race with us, because right now I'd say it's been intense. Had a couple of moments where I was thinking, oh my god, what's going to happen, because the rain did arrive, but it wasn't harsh enough to force the change of conditions. Tabitzi, another 3-second time penalty. Shane is gaining on agreeable. They had a couple of moments beforehand, but Shane's now finally catching up.
Yeah, he's within that DRS.
And Tomic Bresner's falling behind. A second, 1.2 seconds behind VR. That means Brundle needs to make up 1 more second. Oh, Sprays gets ahead of the man with the cash. He's looking to get Schumacher, but he just needs to make 1 more second ahead of Bresner, or at least half a second, and Brundle is safe. Man with the cash gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corners in the last, in the chicane, really. And then Rapid Sprays down the inside into turn 1 on Schumacher, and he does it. The Ferrari's trying to recover with a P10. That's now he's got Josh, the Mercedes, up in front. And Rapid Sprays gets a 3-second time penalty.
just watching this battle between Shane and the real racer. Shane is really trying to keep hold of him.
However, WR Stretch is being challenged by Mr. T. And it looks like Jay Slee's actually gaining on Bresner. Jay Slee's looking at a cheeky third place.
It sure is.
This is definitely going to be interesting, because again, could this be P3 twice in a row for Jay Slee? He's got the advantage.
Jay Slee has a 5-second time penalty, but I believe he served it in the pits, so I might be wrong, but I think he's penalty free. Actually, I was got a slow car.
Murray con, and it's definitely going to not do any favours for Bresner or Jay Slee, but they get ahead of the disconnected Murray. Oh, and here it comes! Bresner is definitely getting peaked by Jay Slee. Jay Slee backs off. Josh gets a 3-second time penalty, so I don't know how it's going to affect their back. Oh, no, Rapid Space did get ahead to Bitsy. He's still looking at the back of WR Stretch. But the battle in the hairpin. It's a drag race to the end. Oh, they're still even in speed. As RSF1 Verstappen would say, frontline speed going into that straight. But it looks like Jay Slee again in the top 3. He made it stick. P3. So it's now the final lap of the race. Mr. T finally getting that look on WR Stretch. Gets ahead, he shuts that door on Stretch. Gets right in front of him. And he's got the DRS. Oh, look at that. Mr. T is just flashing that DRS open and close.
Rapid
in front of
looking at the back chain. Across the line. Outside into turn 1. Can Shane hold him off?
Oh, and round the outside. And he does it.
Lovely move there.
Oh, now we crash again. Did you see that with Mr. T, after getting past WR Stretch in front, he was flashing his DRS on and off. It was like waving at WR Stretch.
Did he? That's cheeky.
Yeah, it's like saying, ha, go ahead. And here we go, on the final straight, after a long, hard battle and suffering setbacks. It's Ferrari Day today, as RSF1 Brundle takes the win of the Canadian Grand Prix. Congratulations to Brundle. The rookie of VR struggles in the last corner. He comes home, 2nd place. Jay Slee, 2nd place.
Jay Slee gets 2nd.
Bresner,
3rd. Gets 3rd.
Jay Slee did amazingly.
Peppery's quite a way back. I don't think he's going to steal any places.
Now it comes Pepper. With Toby behind him! Toby gets 5th place!
WR Stretch
but
5th.
WR Stretch gets 5th! Oh, it's hard to say driver of the day. It's hard to say it. Because Toby did good.
Yeah.
But WR Stretch, that has been his 2nd best performance since Belgium last year. I'm going to have to say it's a joint, for me, joint driver of the day for WR Stretch and Tabitsu. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I can go with that. Mr. T come from the back.
So it looks like we can get both of them in, because I think we do invite driver of the day into the podium, so we can invite both of them. Yeah, so that has been the conclusion to the Canadian Grand Prix. I have to give massive respect to Brundle. Long, hard-fought battle. And Ferrari, the Tifosi would be very happy, to see a Ferrari on the top. So going over the classification for the Canadian Grand Prix, Brundle takes the win, suffering from those penalties, and gets ahead of JC. JC's 2nd podium in a row. Congratulations to JC. Tomek Bresner gets 3rd place with VR46 in 4th. A good debut for the rookie in the Renault. WR Stretch 5th place with Mr. T in 6th. Joint driver of the day. Shane 7th. Peppermeat 8th. Agreeable Racer 9th. Josh 10th. Mohamed Cash 11th after suffering a massive setback. Schumacher 12th. Rapid Sprays 13th. Sainz 14th, Murray 15th, Dean 16th, Marco 17th, and Braver Container rounds off the grid. So let's get the podium in. So We'll wait for everyone to get in, and then we'll. So basically, what we'll do is top notch. I'll do third, you do second, I'll do first, and we'll both do a driver of the day each.
Yeah, that's cool, mate.
So have we got everyone in?
Garmin.
I don't think we've got
Yes. Oh, that's Brazina.
There we are. Right, so everyone, please make sure that you have included your audio. And yeah, so let's get this cracking. Right, Tomek Bresner, I remember commentating over you when you was in F3. To see you challenging in F2 and doing amazingly against the likes of Brundle, you had Schumacher, you had the man with the cash, you had Tabitzi. You got P3 today, but let's hear your input of your race today.
If he's there.
Oh, dude.
Brazina, speak.
Do you have a mic? Please tell me he does have a microphone and I haven't just been talking to him and he doesn't have a mic. If he doesn't have a mic, we're going to have to skip on to Jay Slee. But Bresner, if you have a mic or if you're having mic troubles, regardless, you got P3. You're looking very, very quick around here. And I know you can't really answer questions right now because either you don't have a microphone or you're struggling to answer with any mic problems. You haven't got a mic. Okay. Well, congratulations to them, P3. Obviously, we can't really do that much of an interview with you because you can't talk back unless through text. So just leave your input in the text chat and then we'll read it out in a bit. Don't apologise, mate. Not everyone has a microphone. But congratulations on P3. But I'll hand off to Top Notch, who will be interviewing Jace Lee.
Yeah, good race there, Bresner. And on to Jace Lee, mate. So, good race for you. Second place finish. I know how fast you are from racing from you with your last season in F3. You moved up into F2 and you got a nice podium, mate. So how do you feel about your race?
That was another tough race, I got to say. I can't believe it. Qualifying didn't really go very well. I just messed up and didn't go where I wanted. First corner, I outbraked myself slightly. Had to sort of swerve so I didn't go into the back of anyone, which is a bit annoying. So I apologise for anybody who was disadvantaged because of that. I don't think anybody was, but I can't see what happened behind me. Apart from that, I just tried to run my race, got a bit of damage. Don't remember what lap it was, but I got damage at some point. Tried to just pit early or pit late, I can't remember. And I just sort of ran my race, tried to stay out when it was wet, and then try and go onto the softs and do a charge at the end, which worked out.
Good. I'll just ask you how you felt when the old rain comes. Was you thinking, oh my days, this ain't going to be fun, or was you quite happy with the rain?
I was surprised because it didn't say anything about rain in the weather report. It just said it was going to get cloudy, so I guess that's a thing to note for the future, that clouds could mean rain, obviously. But yeah, I just thought, well, I just got to suck it up and see what I can do, really.
Great race, mate.
And I'd just like to make an input. This is your second podium in a row.
It is, yes. Thanks for reminding me.
So I bet you're buzzing with that, mate. And I have to say, stellar performance today. That was genuinely really good performance, and it's good to see you on the podium yet again.
Cheers,
So,
yeah.
congratulations.
Cheers. I really wasn't expecting another podium after the start and everything, so it just shows what can happen.
You can go to sleep happy today, mate.
Yeah,
You know.
and congrats to the other two on the podium, Brundle and Bresner.
Yeah. Bresner unfortunately doesn't have a microphone. He's left the party, ladies and gentlemen. So just want to say one more time, congratulations to Bresner for P3 and to Jace Lee in second. Brundle, Brundle. The Tifosi in the chat are going absolutely ballistic if we have any in there, but Ferrari take the top spot today for the race, and Tabitsi and WR Stretch, don't worry, we'll be coming to you two as well in just a moment. Just got to get through the top three. Brundle, P1. That was a long, hard-fought race. You had 9 seconds worth of penalties. You had to open that gap. You took a gamble at the end. Well, you didn't take a gamble. You had to pit onto those softs at the end. You went in P1 and came out P2. And when Bresner was still in your crosshairs, I bet you felt really happy to see it paid off for that pit stop.
Yeah, it did. The rain, as Jersey said, threw pretty much everyone, I think, because we checked the weather report as we always do. In the race, it said no rain at all, so it completely threw me and everyone else. But car felt so good. I've got to say a shout out to Unity Hush, because the setup that he gave me, what an absolute treat when in the rain. I just couldn't believe it. The amount of grip I had compared to everyone else, it was good. I was planning to go on the softs at the end. They were worn softs from qualifying, and I was hoping, because I hadn't checked how long they would go, I was hoping they would last. And yeah, I just about managed to get the gap. I checked what penalties Brazina had. I checked how many VR46 had, and thought I've got it. But then I noticed Jersey coming up behind and only just beat him as well. So my curse nearly got me again. But so happy.
I can say I can hear that you're putting on a smile as you're going over your race, because that was hard for you. Because, but mate, that was superb driving. However, the three of you in the top three did drive amazingly, but it wasn't quite enough for you lot to get driver of the day, because the driver of the day is split between Tabitsi and WR Stretch, and let me go over why. Mr. T was originally plumb last at the back of the grid until Murray joined. Mr. T made up 11 positions, so he got driver of the partial driver of the day because of that, but partial driver of the day goes to WR Stretch, because this is the second best performance I've seen from him since Belgium last year. So both of you, from me and Top Notch, both earned split driver of the day, but what we'll do is Top Notch, I'll let you interview Mr. T, and then I'll interview WR Stretch.
Yeah, nice one. Mr. T, mate, good race from you. You must have been thinking when you got out on them hards at the end, you were in a good position after climbing about 11 places. And yeah, you must have had a big smile on your face. That's not how your race went, mate.
Well, I was thinking about it, and then I was talking to Dean in the party before he left because his connection was dodgy and didn't want to wreck anyone's race. So now I was thinking, do I go for a one-stop and just do 16 laps on the mediums and the rest on the hards? So I thought, I'm starting from the back, I've got nothing to lose, so I was like, screw it, I might as well do it. So now I was slowly gaining through, and then I saw people pitting in, and then I got a weather report saying there's rain coming. So I was like, if I stick it out on the mediums, so long the rain might clear up, or the rain might get heavier, and then I can go on to inters, and then like be in 4th or 5th, so I would have gained a load of positions. Then I think it was going to go back to dry in like 10 or 15 minutes. I was like, well, there's no point doing that. So I committed to went to the mediums, I think, and that was alright, I guess.
No, you went to the hards.
I went to
You
went to the hards,
mediums, so you went to hards.
Yeah, started on mediums, went to the hards, and that was just horrible. Like, I wasn't doing that great on them. So I thought, and then the rain stopped, I thought I can pick up the pace a bit. So that went alright. And then when I saw Brundle come out ahead of me, I was like, he's got lucky there, otherwise I would have tried to hold him up just to waste his time so other people can put pressure on him. I was just trying to be that guy. And then Rapids was right behind me, and I thought I might as well give him a battle, so otherwise I'm just going to get overtaken. And then he can get pressure on from behind. I'm not sure if you clipped it, we sort of tangled. Well, I was on the inside. He tried to go around the outside, I think he just clipped on my wheels, and then we both took each other round to the right, so...
Yeah, we did.
I think
That's when
just
you
a
could stack
racing
on
incident.
those softs.
Yeah. to put on the softs, and I was quite fuming, to be fair. So I just started ragging it around. I'm not sure if you got. Did you get to hit where I started passing stretch or not?
Yeah, we saw that battle because I'm just gonna say I noticed because I was spectating WR Stretch when you passed him, you waved your DRS flap like bye, and I'm just gonna say
I know you did.
Yeah.
as well,
he finished in front of you, so that little taunt kind of bit you in the bum.
I was so annoyed at the time. I was like, you know what? He hasn't done anything to me. He can blum and have it. Yeah. I just thought, it'd be funny if it bottles it at the the little hairpin. Yeah, it was a fun race.
That was
to
a
be
good
fair.
result, nonetheless. So well done to you as well, especially from starting from the back of the grid. But WR Stretch, it's been a while since we've had you in our virtual comms box. I remember your P3 back last year, and you've earned split driver of the day today with Tabitsi, because obviously you normally struggle in some races. You know, you have a good form at the start, and then after pits or safety cars or anything like that, it tends to knock you down a little bit. But today, you kept your nose in and you got a really well-earned P5. So I bet you're really chuffed at that.
I am really tough, mate. I knew I had good pace around Canada. I really enjoy Canada. I bottled qualifying. Well, I say I bottled qualifying. It was only 8 tenths split between us. So if I got a couple more tenths, I could have started in the top 10. But I was quite happy to start in P12, have a fresh set of tyres. So yeah, I'm really happy with my performance today. Really happy.
Yeah, 7 positions up as well from the start of the race as well. That's really, really good performance.
Mate, it was crazy at the start.
Yeah.
For some reason, the Williams didn't leave. He didn't start, didn't go. I literally just managed to avoid him, the Williams in front of me. Not sure who it was, but he didn't go off the line.
That was Dean.
It's crazy. Yeah.
He was the only Williams
Oh,
today.
don't. Oh, God. Yeah, I just literally managed to get round him. But yeah, it was a good race. I really enjoyed it.
Rightio. Well, congratulations to the pair of you for split driver of the day. So I'm going to go over the classification one more time for everyone. So in third place was Tomek Bresner. In second place was Jace Lee, collecting his second podium in a row and collecting his first race win for Ferrari in the F2 season is RSF1 Brundle, at least that I know of, at least for his first race win. First race win for F2 in the second season is Brundle, and joint driver of the day goes to Mr. T and WR Stretch for Mr. T's 11 positions gained and WR Stretch's amazing performance / 7 positions gained from the start. So, top notch, do you have anything else to add before we wrap up?
No, great race, everyone. Good to chat to you all on the podium. Good luck for next race as well.
What's the next race after Canada?
France.
Gosh.
France.
Oh, well,
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 I
I'm driving
choice.
today for France. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say,
skip France, Austria. I'm looking forward to.
it's France was actually Mr. T's first ever track that he drove on for RSF1. So
No, it wasn't
interesting
actually. It was
for
Canada, and I bottled it lap 7.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully, glad to see it didn't go as bad this year. You know, you finished and you got P6. So it definitely could have been a really worse. But anyways, thank you all for watching the stream. I'd like to give a shout out to Element Snow, who couldn't make it today to CoCom, and I'd like to give a big thank you to Top Notch for filling in for Element Snow, and also for Rebster, Unity, and all the others that tried to, you know, put in some work for the replacement of CoComs tonight. But Top Notch, you've done amazing tonight, mate, and it's good to be working with you once again.
Yeah, you too, mate. Comms.
And, well, hopefully, you never know, Top Notch, we might get another one together.
Yeah, we might do. Good luck. Good job, all.
Yeah, so we will see you in France next Sunday, F2 division. But meanwhile, please join us tomorrow with Brundle and Vettel, who will be commentating over the F4 division. If you guys want to catch that, please watch that on Twitch at 8 PM is when that'll be starting. If you want to see any of the race results or any news from the racing, please go to @RacingSeriesF1 for Twitter and Instagram if you want to catch the latest news on driver of the day and results and news. But in the meantime, I've been Primus Gaming, and I've had Top Notch with me, and we'd like to wish you all a very good night.